Welcome back, everybody, to another college football prediction for 2021. Um, I'll be doing Notre Dame next. I kind of went through power one team from each Power Five conference real quick, which is all I'm doing. I'm only going to be doing the Power Five conferences, and then I did Notre Dame. So for the talent rankings and returning production numbers, I based those off the ACC. So they're the third most talented team if they were still in the ACC, which they sort of kind of, I don't know what the hell they're doing. And then they're dead last in returning production if they were still in the ACC. Actually, they're one of the worst in all of college football. But anyway, so the last 3 years they went 12-1, which is playoffs, 11-2, and then 10-2. Um, so yeah, let's get into the schedule. They start on the road at Florida State. They come home to Toledo, Purdue, and then they have a neutral site game in Chicago against Wisconsin. Then they come home to play Cincinnati. Then they go on the road to Virginia Tech, come home to USC, North Carolina, Navy, go on the road to Virginia, come home to Georgia Tech, and then go to Stanford. Wow, that's a whale of a schedule this year. Notre Dame lost so freaking much, man. But anyways, let's get into it. First game on the road at Florida State. I have you losing this game. I don't really trust Jack Cohn yet. I think, especially going on the road to Florida State, though Florida State's talent obviously hasn't been representing of how good of a team they've been. Because they have crazy talent, but they can't seem to win. And I think year two under Mike Norvell, this is going to be a huge statement for his career there at Florida State. I think they get it done. Notre Dame lost way too much. Expect Notre Dame's defense to still be kind of good, but the offense is going to be probably brutal, especially the first month of the season. And so I have you losing. Next should be a win against Toledo. I mean, it's a MAC school. No matter how bad you are, you're still Notre Dame. You still recruit really well. You should be able to win this game. Game three is home against Purdue. I also have you beating Purdue. I base this game off of it being in Notre Dame. I think Brian Kelly is a better coach than Jeff Brom. Though I think Purdue might have a better offense, I just think Notre Dame's defense is just more talented than Purdue's offense. And so basically, off of talent, I'm going to take Notre Dame and the fact that it's being played at Notre Dame. Next is Wisconsin neutral site in Chicago. Sorry. I have you losing this game. I just think Wisconsin's gonna be really good again. They're always really good, but I was really debating on taking Notre Dame in this because of the whole Jack Cohn revenge factor, and Jack Cohn's gonna really want this game. But I just think that it's still kind of too early in the season, and it's neutral site, so there'll probably be more Notre Dame fans, but Wisconsin's defense is so freaking good, and they got a lot coming back. You know, Graham Mertz is probably the greatest quarterback they've ever had, talent wise. And I just think Wisconsin's kind of on a redemption season too. They got screwed because of COVID last year, and so I think they're going to come out and make a statement, and beat a good Notre Dame team. Next is home against Cincinnati. I actually have you beating the Bearcats. Bearcats are the one team that everybody thinks that the only group of five team that has a chance to get to the playoffs. But no matter what, I know Cincinnati played Georgia very good in their bowl game last year, but Cincinnati lost that defense coordinator to Notre Dame. So Notre Dame's defense coordinator knows what Cincinnati's going to run. Notre Dame should have still more talent on the team, though they lost a lot. And there's just always going to be a difference between Power 5 and Group of 5, though you can't really consider Notre Dame Power 5, but Notre Dame's Power 5 team. Um, I, Cincinnati, yes, they're going to be really good, but I just still don't think they're going to be able to compete against the big boys, the bigger brand names, anyways. I mean, they might be able to compete, but I don't think they're going to be able to, beat these teams. Maybe they do pull off the upset, but I don't see it because it being in Notre Dame. I just think Notre Dame could still win this, no matter who or how bad or how many players that left and are returning and who their quarterback is. Just the talent and I don't know. Power 5 group of 5 is my main decision. So as I ranted there for too long, now you go on the road to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, I don't see. They suck, like I've said before. They don't have a lot coming back. Notre Dame's going to be way more talented. Now it's halfway through the season, so Notre Dame's probably kind of picking up pace a little bit. You just beat a good Cincinnati team. Now you have to go on the road, and you kind of have that swagger back. Oh, we're going to be, doing pretty well this year. And then I think you go out and stop Virginia Tech. Then you come home to USC, and I actually have you losing this game. Though Brian Kelly is a way better coach, Clay Helton sucks because he's got so much talent. He's god awful out there. I think he'll be gone within the next 2 years, but I've been saying that for 2 years now. But I think Clay Helton kind of pulls off an upset and kind of ruins like Notre Dame's vibe. Like, I don't know, it's just like in a weird spot, middle of the season. USC's got the better quarterback, but Notre Dame probably has a better defense. USC's more talented, but USC doesn't have a good coach. I don't know. It's just kind of like it's just kind of that weird spot in the season, and with Keaton Slovis, and I don't know. I just have USC beat Notre Dame. And then next you have home against North Carolina. Now I have you beat North Carolina, as you've seen in the North Carolina video. So the reason I didn't say this before is because I don't want to reveal it, but I guess I could have, since now I just realized that the North Carolina video has already been out. Reason I picked USC to beat them is because I had them pulling off an Irish luck upset against a good North Carolina team and kind of splitting the difference there. I mean, I could see him win both games. I could probably see him losing both games, but I just, split the difference, and then I went with, North Carolina's the game after, and everyone's going to think, they're down, their season's down, but I think this is the game that they get that Irish luck win, and then it kind of sparks them for the rest of the season. Proving, next game, home against Navy, I think you beat Navy. Navy's got the triple option, I think, still, but it's still, you still got way more talent. You should be able to win this with this late in the season. It'll probably be a 21-17, 2018-17 kind of game, but you should be able to go out there and beat Navy. There's just no reason for you to lose that game, especially with it being a rivalry. Well, I guess Notre Dame's rivals with everybody. Next, you go on the road to Virginia. It's a win. Virginia's lost quite a lot over the last couple of seasons, and the more I research their team, the more I realize that they're gonna have a really bad season. I just don't see them being any good for at least another year or two. I'd probably be more like 2 years, because I don't know, the last, after that 2019 team, they've just lost so much. But Bronco Mendenhall's a good coach, but I just think Brian Kelly's a better coach with better talent, and though they have less returning, I think it's late in the season to where Notre Dame's kind of on a roll, especially after that North Carolina win. Next is home against Georgia Tech. Should be another win. It's at home. Georgia Tech, they have a lot returning, but I don't know what that really means, because they're not really that good of a team. But they're gonna be, I think, a good bowl team within the next couple seasons, like consistent, 7-win team, kind of like how they used to be with the triple option. But now they're gonna be more current spread, and I think they're gonna be able to get some athletes, especially from Georgia, which is a big ordeal now. And then you end the season at Stanford. I almost picked them to lose this game, but I just realized that this is going to be a coaching battle. I like Brian Kelly more than Shaw. Stanford is always going to be a decent to good team, or not always, but they're always going to be, you know what they're going to do. And I just don't think they recruit enough to replace on how much they lost. And so with Brian Kelly being probably a better coach, I don't know, they're pretty freaking even. It's just a talent gap and how much Stanford lost and won't be able to replace compared to Notre Dame, I think. But it is the end of the season. God, see, now I'm contradicting myself again. Well, I'm going to stay with it. Notre Dame beating Stanford. And that brings you to a total of 9-3. Hey, Notre Lame. Notre Shame. Want to join a conference so that way we can, you know, care about you more. I'm just kidding. 9-3. Please comment down below, like, subscribe, share the video. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.